Chiefs Kingdom, welcome back. We need to talk about the cost of victory. Sunday's overtime thriller against the Colts wasn't just a win. It was a street fight. And now, the NFL is stepping in. We are looking at a league review of 6 separate plays that could result in nearly $70,000 in fines. Today, we are breaking down the hits, the controversy, and what this level of scrutiny means for a Chiefs team fighting for its playoff life. Let's dive in. First, the game itself. The Chiefs escape Indy with a 23-20 OT win, moving to 6-5. It wasn't pretty. Patrick Mahomes threw for 352 yards, but took a beating in the process. He had 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. But he willed this team to a win. But the physicality crossed the line. Here is the method the NFL is looking at right now. Roughing the passer. We saw 2 questionable hits on Mahomes by Grover Stewart and Latu. Both were late. Under league rules, that's $17,389 per offense. That's nearly $35,000 right there. Face masks. There were 3 face mask penalties called, 2 on the Colts and 1 on Chiefs tackle Jawan Taylor at $5,797 a pop. That adds another $17,000 to the total. The blindside block. Rookie Kingsley Suamataia got flagged for a blindside block in the 4th. That is a serious safety violation in the league's eyes, carrying another $17,389 potential fine. If the league upholds all 6 infractions, we are looking at $69,558 in fines from a single game. Why does this matter? Because it sets a precedent. Mahomes was hunted all afternoon. If the NFL doesn't drop the hammer on those late hits, it signals to the rest of the AFC that it's open season on QB1. This was a survival win. It was gritty. It was ugly. But it kept the season alive. Now, we wait for the Saturday accountability report to see if the league agrees that things went too far. I want to hear from you. Did the Colts play dirty? Or was it just hard-nosed football? Drop your take in the comments. If you want to stay updated on the official fine numbers the second they drop, make sure you subscribe. We'll see you next time. Buckle up. Chiefs Kingdom. The Chiefs didn't just win a football game on Sunday. They survived a brawl. We're talking about a 23-20 overtime silencer against the Colts. But the scoreboard doesn't tell the whole story. The real story is the physicality, the cheap shots, and the NFL review that is about to cost players nearly $70,000. Mahomes was getting battered. He went 29 of 46 for 352 yards. But he had to pay for every single yard. The Colts came in with swagger, winning 5 of their last 6. And they tried to bully Kansas City. But guess what? The Chiefs didn't fold. Now, the bill comes due. The league is reviewing 6 different plays. We're talking about Grover Stewart and Latu teeing off on Mahomes late. We're talking about face masks flying everywhere. We're talking about Kingsley Suamataia getting tagged for a blindside block. When you add it all up, $69,558. That is a massive number for one game. This is huge for the narrative. The Chiefs are 6-5 and finally showing some teeth. Mahomes kept getting knocked down and he kept getting back up. That is the heart of a champion. That is why the AFC should be terrified. So, I've got a question for you. Should the NFL suspend players for hits like that? Or are fines enough? Let me know below. Smash that like button if you're riding with Mahomes, and share this video if you believe the Chiefs are about to go on a run. Let's go. The Chiefs' overtime win against the Colts might cost players nearly $70,000 in fines. Here is the breakdown. The NFL is reviewing 6 specific plays from Sunday's thriller. First, you have the hits on Patrick Mahomes. Grover Stewart and Layadalada were both flagged for roughing the passer. That is a potential $34,000 combined right there. Then you have 3 separate face mask penalties and a blindside block by Chiefs rookie Kingsley Suamataia. If the league upholds all of them, the total comes to $69,558. The Chiefs moved to 6-5, but Mahomes took a beating to get there. The question is the league doing enough to protect him? Comment your thoughts. Dirty plays or just tough defense? And follow for the official fine update on Saturday. What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Let's crank up the energy because we are looking at a 4-0 start after that heart-pounding 26-23 win over the Ravens. But while we celebrate the win, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the tight end on the sideline. Travis Kelce's snap count is dropping, and it's happening fast. Is Andy Reid playing 4D chess? Or is this a gamble with our best defensive weapon? Let's break down the Kelce load management plan that has everyone talking. Here is the reality check. In Week 1, Kelce played 84% of the snaps. By Week 2, it was 78%. Week 3, 70%. And against Baltimore on September 29th, he was on the field for a season-low 66% of the offensive snaps. Now, before you panic, look at the context. Kelce is turning 36 in October. We are chasing a historic three-peat. Andy Reid knows that a 17-game season is a grind, and he doesn't need Kelce to be the hero in September. He needs him to be the monster in January. Reid admitted that Kelce hates coming off the field. The guy is a competitor. He wants every rep. But this is about smart football. Even with limited snaps, Kelce still snagged 5 catches against the Ravens. He is becoming more efficient, not less involved. Plus, this opens the door for the rest of the room. Noah Gray logged 56% of the snaps against Baltimore, and we are seeing more 12 personnel looks. The Chiefs are building depth now, so they aren't scrambling later. So, here is the question for you, Chiefs Kingdom. Are you okay with part-time Travis in the regular season if it guarantees Super Bowl Travis in the playoffs? Outro. I want to hear your thoughts. Is Andy Reid a genius for preserving his Hall of Famer? Or does this disrupt the rhythm of the offense? Smash that like button if you trust the process, and subscribe for more Chiefs breakdowns. Let's keep Arrowhead loud. Is the NFL's best tight end being phased out? The numbers on Travis Kelce are shocking, but there is a master plan behind it. The Chiefs are 4-0 after beating the Ravens. But look at Kelce's snap counts. Week 1, 84%. Week 2, 78%. Week 3, 70%. And this week, a season-low 66%. Andy Reid is officially in load management mode. With Kelce turning 36 in October, the goal isn't stats right now. It's the three-peat. Reid is betting that resting Kelce now means he'll be unstoppable in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Noah Gray is stepping up, playing 56% of the snaps. The offense is evolving. So, Chiefs Kingdom, do you like this move? Save Kelce for the Super Bowl? or play him every snap? Comment below. Welcome back to the show, Chiefs Kingdom. We are sitting pretty at 4-0 following that gritty win against Baltimore on September 29th. But the story coming out of Arrowhead isn't just the scoreboard. It's the personnel usage, specifically regarding number 87. If you've been watching closely, you've noticed Travis Kelce is spending more time on the sideline. The data confirms it. His snap count has trended downward every single week, hitting a low of 66% against the Ravens. Now, Andy Reid has been very open about this. He calls Kelce the heartbeat of the team. But he also knows that the heartbeat needs to be strong in February, not just September. We are seeing a calculated strategy to preserve a player who is about to turn 36. Does it look different? Sure. But look at the efficiency. Kelce still had 5 catches in the win. He's still the go-to guy on third down. But we are also seeing Noah Gray take on a heavier load, which pays dividends for the team's long-term health. Reid is playing the long game. He knows that to get that third straight ring, he needs Kelce fresh when the weather gets cold. It might be frustrating for fantasy owners, and it might frustrate Kelce in the moment. But if it leads to another parade, it's genius. What's your take? Is this the right call? Let me know. Chiefs Kingdom, I have a hard question for you tonight. When you lose 22-19 on a walk-off field goal, after holding a fourth-quarter lead and watching your tight end break a franchise record, who do you blame? Is it Mahomes? Is it Kelce? Or is the real culprit something uglier? Tonight, we are looking at the sideline. Let's set the stage. November 16th, 2025. Mile High. The Broncos are red hot, winning 8 straight. The Chiefs are fighting for playoff positioning. Before we point fingers, let's clear the names of the stars. Patrick Mahomes was not the villain. He threw a beautiful go-ahead touchdown to Travis Kelce to make it 19-6. Speaking of Kelce, he was the heartbeat of this team tonight. 9 catches, nearly 100 yards, and career touchdown #84, officially passing Priest Holmes for the most in franchise history. If Mahomes fought and Kelce delivered, why are we talking about a loss? 2 reasons: sloppiness and game management. First, the hidden points. You cannot ignore the blocked extra point in the fourth quarter. Instead of going up 26, the lead stayed at 19-6. That changed the math for the rest of the game. But the fatal blow came on that final drive. With the game tied 19-19, the Chiefs went 3 and out. They punted to a Broncos team led by Bo Nix, who was content to bleed the clock. And this is where Andy Reid, a Hall of Fame legend, got outcoached. The Chiefs burned their timeouts defensively while Denver was driving. They didn't save time for Mahomes. They essentially helped Denver set up a walk-off kick with 0 seconds left. We watched Mahomes and Kelce stand helpless on the sideline as Will Lutz drilled the winner. The margin for error in the AFC is gone. Teams like the Bills and Broncos aren't scared of Kansas City anymore. The talent is there, but you cannot overcome block kicks and poor clock management forever. This loss isn't on the players. It's on the headset. Don't blame Patrick. Don't blame Travis. The Chiefs just gave away a win in Denver. And the reason why is frustrating. Let's be real. Mahomes was solid. And Travis Kelce? He was historic. He broke Priest Holmes' all-time touchdown record tonight with that 21-yard snag. They did enough to win. So why did we lose 22-19? First, the details. We stalled in the red zone early. settling for field goals. Then, a blocked extra point in the fourth quarter kept the game within reach for Denver in a 3-point loss. That block, PAT, is massive. But the biggest reason? Clock management. On the final drive, the Chiefs' defense was on its heels. Instead of letting Denver score or preserving time for a final Mahomes miracle, the sideline burned timeouts early. They handed the Broncos control. Denver bled the clock, kicked the field goal, and left Mahomes with on the clock. This is a wake-up call for Andy Reid and the staff. You can't be an 8-win Broncos team when you beat yourself first. Tell me in the comments, was this loss on the defense or the coaching? Let's argue. The Chiefs just lost to the Broncos. And for once, you can't blame the offense. Travis Kelce made history, scoring his 84th TD to pass Priest Holmes. Mahomes put them up 19-6 in the fourth quarter. They did their job. This loss is on the sideline. First, a blocked extra point changed the math. Second, Andy Reid mismanaged the clock on the final drive. They used timeouts on defense while Denver was in field goal range, guaranteeing Mahomes never got the ball back. Denver kicks a walk-off, 22-19. Legends have blind spots, and today, clock management cost the Chiefs a win. Do you agree? Comment below.